Go.
You've seen Exploding Kittens. You've seen Imploding Kittens. You've seen Not Safe for Work Edition. You've seen Streaking Kittens. Now see Barking Kittens. The third.
It's not the third.
It is. Isn't it the third expansion?
You just named like 4.
Well, I think it's the third official, but this one doesn't count. I think it's the third expansion. I could be wrong. My wife was excited. She started opening it. I ordered it the first day that it announced on Instagram. So let's go ahead and get this open. At least it was the first day. You got the plastic wrap. Don't put that over your face. All right. Can you get a above angle on it? All right, here we go.
Oh, it comes with dog ears.
So we got ears
cone
here.
of shame.
So this is like a cat hat.
Oh, it's cat. Oh, the dog. Oh my goodness.
It says, "I do what I want." Can you get a good shot of that?
Mm-hmm.
It's got Velcro on it. So you put this on like a hat. Alright. So inside we have, hey, you bought an expansion deck. Instructions. Advertisements for other games. We got Bears vs. Babies, which is a good game, and I haven't played Throw Burrito or on Scale 1 to T-Rex. We have our small pack of cards for such a large box. And I don't know if that's just fun stuff inside. Alright. So the rules, it says on here we got 20 cards and a Tower of Power. That must be the kitty. And here's your typical instruction setup that we all know and love from this company. I will not be reading through it. I will not be opening this up for you guys because my wife and I want to play this tonight and still be surprised at the cards. Unless, do you care?
I don't care.
Do you want to see them all now?
Sure.
Okay. So, I lied. Let's get this open. I do not know what these cards do.
Do we have the Imploding Kitten cone of shame here?
Not with me, but
We have it here,
yeah,
though.
it's here in the house. All right, so we'll just go through. So we have Alter the Future. I'll just kind of briefly go through them. We got another Alter the Future. A personal. I'm gonna go like that. Personal attack. A personal attack. A barking kitten, the one, the only. We have a Share the Future. This one looks like the bonus card. Another Share the Future. Personal attack. A personal attack. I lied, so there's another barking kitten. The second and only. And I'll take that with a seagull. I'll take that. Another I'll take that. Looks like Edgar. Another I'll take that. They're adding more animals. A super skip. A berry. A berry.
It's Bury.
Berry. Bury your emotions.
Oh, I guess it's Bury.
Potluck. A potluck. And the Tower of Power. So, those are your 20 cards. I do not know what they do. But, you know what? Here, just because I like you guys so much and I need content. Let me read what this says real quick. So, remove all exploding kittens and to defeat a law. Okay, that's normal. Remove the Tower of Power. So, you remove the Tower of Power card from your expansion deck. You combine the 19 cards with your normal cards, and you deal 7 to each player. You deal the diffuse, blah, blah, blah. You insert the extra diffuse back to the deck, deal out 8 cards, and then put the Tower of Power on top or near the stash. So you do that. So here's your Tower of Power. You insert the Tower of Power card and enough exploding kittens back in the deck. So there is 1 fewer. I don't follow that rule. Remove any extra, but I don't follow that rule. Shuffle a deck. Don't follow that rule. Just kidding. Pick a player. Start going first. Okay, so it looks like we don't get to it. Okay, here we go. Barking Kitten. Place face up in front of you and ask for the other barking kitten. If any other player has it, they are your target and must give you half their cards, rounding up. Combine them with your hand and then choose and return the same number of cards back to them. It's fine if any or all the cards were originally theirs. Then discard both barking kittens. That's interesting. If no one has the other barking kitten, leave the card face up in front of you. You cannot play it again and it is not a part of your hand. When someone plays the other barking kitten, you are the target. So it's a risk. If you get both barking kittens, even if you've already played one, play them together and pick any player as your target. Like all kittens, barking kittens cannot be noped. All right, I'll take that. Play this card face up in front of another player. The next time they draw a card, they must secretly view and hand it to you. If they hand you an exploding kitten, you must defuse it or explode. Play continues as if that player had drawn a card and ended their turn. You cannot play this card in front of a player who already has one in front of them. Alright. Bury. End your turn by drawing a card. After looking at it, put it back into the draw pile anywhere you'd like in secret, like a diffuse card. But you must return your card to the draw pile, even if it was not harmful. You cannot play this card if you have a I'll take that in front of you. And when you play with the Exploding Kittens expansion, when Bury is played on an imploding kitten, leave the imploding kitten in the orientation you drew it, face up or face down when putting it back in the draw pile. Personal attack. Take 3 turns in a row. Take your first turn as normal, play or pass, then draw. Then when your turn is over, it's your turn 2 more times. If you play another attack card, personal attack, normal attack, on any of your other turns, your target must take any of your remaining turns plus the number of attacks on the attack card just played. Super skip. End your turn without drawing a card. If you're supposed to take multiple turns, end them all. Useful when you've been attacked. Potluck. Starting with you and going around the table in the direction of play, each player must put a card of their choice face down on top of the draw pile. Here we go. Here's the Tower of Power. Put on the Tower of Power. Next, take the stash of cards and, without looking, put them inside on top of your head. If anyone plays a pair of cards to steal from you, they blindly take a random card from the Tower of Power instead of your hand. This does not apply to favorite cards or 3 of a kind. On any turn, even this one, you can remove the cards from the Tower of Power. Look at them and take 1 into your hand. Put the rest into the draw pile and shuffle it. This does not end your turn. Wear the Tower of Power for the rest of the game. Alter the future. Privately view the top 3 cards from the draw pile and rearrange them in any order you'd like. Return them to the top of the draw pile face down and then continue with your turn. Don't show the cards to the other players. This card can be played at any time, even in the middle of another player's turn. I didn't know that. But not in the middle of an action. Share the future. Privately view the top 3 cards in the draw pile and rearrange them in any order you'd like. Show these cards to the next player before returning them to the top of the draw pile. Face down, then continue with your turn. And then the next part is stop. Don't read this section if you aren't playing with the Streaking Kittens expansion. So you only do this section if you have the Streaking Kittens, which we have, and I will cover it. So they say, regrets. We really wish we had never released this card, but we did, so here are all the extra dumb rules. I'll briefly go through them. Blind Barking Kitten. If you play a Barking Kitten while blind, you may not look at any of the incoming or outgoing cards. If a Barking Kitten is played and a blind player has their other cards, the other Barking Kitten, they may look at their cards to discard their Barking Kitten. Then shuffle their cards blindly and proceed with the normal Barking Kitten rules blindly. If you have a Barking Kitten card faced up in front of you and become blind or play one when blind, keep the Barking Kitten visible to all players. In all cases, after resolving the Barking Kitten, both players may look at their new hands to see if they now have an Exploding Kitten without a Streaking Kitten that must be diffused. Here's the Blind Tower Power. Curse of the Cat Butt only affects stash cards once they have entered into a blind player's hand, at which point they become blind. Blind, I'll take that. If an I'll take that card is played on you while you are blind, you may look at the card you draw before giving it away as usual. Then you will become unblinded because you have successfully drawn a card, even if the card you gave away was an Exploding Kitten. If you are blind and receive a card from an I'll take that, follow the rules for playing a favorite card while blind. Blind Potluck. If Potluck is played while you are blind, you must pick a card to place on the draw pile without looking at your cards. After you have made your selection, you may secretly view the card so that if you've accidentally given up a streaking kitten and you're left with an exploding kitten in your hand, you can try to defuse it. Now, I'm just as confused as you all. So this is going to take some time. I just read the instructions. We covered them. You can look at them. You can read them yourself. But that's just all you get. You got instructions, 20 cards, cool little box, an advertisement for other games, and your Tower Power kitten. So that's what you get in the latest expansion pack called Barking Kittens.